everybody, Pastor Tom here. I want to take a few minutes to illustrate a point with my new puppy Loretta. See, she's a hanging tree collie cross and she's about 3 months old this week. And as many of you know, my dog Abby, she went blind this year and she was my buddy. She was my co-worker on the ranch. She helped me work and move cattle when nobody else was around. So Loretta, she's got all the breeding and the instinct to be a huge asset for me when she matures. And I needed that. But the first thing I have to teach her is my voice and how my voice is the only voice that she should respond to. You see, many times when I'm going to be using her, there's going to be a lot of distractions. There's going to be people, traffic, food, a ton of other distractions we'll be calling out to her as we move cattle on the ranch and out at ropings. So how do I teach her to know my voice? For starters, I have to take her with me everywhere, and I have to restrict her contact with others until she realizes I'm the only voice that matters. You see, I didn't need a pet, and I didn't get her to be a pet that runs to every stranger looking for attention. No, she's supposed to be a working dog. Her job and commitment to me has to be her first priority, or she's just not going to make it. So I have to teach her the sound of my voice. I have to discipline her when she needs it and love her unconditionally when she makes mistakes. She has to develop complete confidence in me and also in my commands. Ideally, if I had another trained dog, I'd work the two dogs together, allowing the trained dog to help me teach Loretta how to follow my commands and the sound of my voice. But I don't have that. That is actually the same process we as believers need with God. When we repent and commit our lives to following Him, we need to separate ourselves from the world and pursue Him, knowing His voice as our number one priority. In John 10:27, Jesus says, "My sheep know my voice." It amazes me how many of us call ourselves believers but have not spent time alone with God to learn to hear His voice, to learn that He loves us unconditionally, to be able to pick out His voice from all the other voices in a crowded room. Without this ability, we become like a cow dog who doesn't know his master's voice. We run around doing what comes natural, getting in the way, being more of a hindrance than a help to the master. This isn't God's plan for you, and it definitely isn't my plan for Loretta. If this is you, how do you get to know God's voice? It's another great question. You have to start by repenting for letting distractions keep you from Him. You need to seek Him, read your word, and get a friend to help train you to hear His voice and know the sound of Him when He speaks to you. God really does want to speak to you. He wants to work through you and use you to demonstrate His will on this earth. None of this can happen if you don't know the sound of His voice. You have an incredible life in front of you, one where you'll have testimonies of God's miracle working power moving in and through your life. So I want to challenge you, take time away from the world and its distractions, then go seek God and watch how awesome your life can become. You'll never regret it. Hey guys, thanks again for a few minutes of your time, and we'll see you next time on Something for the 167.